Good morning, my beautiful people. Hey everyone, Jody Breckbill, Stampin' Queen. I hope some of you guys are on with me this morning. It is Wednesday, so it is time for my weekly free online class. A little bit of a change from what we talked about last week. We kind of discussed maybe playing with the sunflower embossing folder. It's still out of stock. And so I switched gears a little bit to show you some quick and cute, easy peasy, lemon squeezy Valentine cards. Oh my Lord. Valentine's? What is she talking about? Masculine. I have no idea what is coming out of my mouth right now. I'm looking at love, I think, and thinking it's Valentine's Day. And like heck and heck, we're not even ready for Halloween and Christmas. Anyway, masculine cards. I've had a request to do something a little bit more on the masculine theme. So these are cards that obviously will work for anything using that Timeless Plaid designer series paper. But this stamp set and that plaid paired together kind of lends itself to masculine. So we do have a love card. So maybe it could be Valentine. I don't know. Anyway, I'm glad to have you on. If you're with me, give me a comment. Let me know that you're here. I see Sandy. We have got Sandy on. We've got Debbie. Debbie, I'm so glad you are recouping and joining us. Lori is on. That's awesome. So this is actually my class that I did yesterday. So every month I do an in-person monthly make and take class, and then I come online and show you what we created because some of you guys can just never join me live in person. So let's go ahead and we'll talk a little bit about layered thoughts and the timeless plaid. So that's what we're going to work with today. Quick reminder, we do have until next week, right? Next week is the last week of August. And that is 15% off of all our new in color products, not just ribbon, not just re-inker, not just cardstock, but there's a lot of things that have in colors in them and they are 15% off. So that's pretty darn cool. So while we have some friends coming on before we really get rolling into this class, let's just do a little bit of chit chat about the big announcement yesterday. So if you are in my email list and if you're on my Facebook, on my socials, you will see that I posted some big announcements that Stampin' Up made. So this is causing some feels. So we'll go ahead and talk about our feels. So the main thing that we did announce is the red rubber is going to be leaving us. The cling mount stamps. We are going to phase them out. There has been difficulty sourcing the materials needed to make the red rubber, and it's getting more and more difficult to get that. And so they decided to take things into their own hands rather than have a massive shutdown when these supplies aren't available anymore, is to go ahead and just end the line of red rubber cling mount stamp sets and transition everything to photopolymer. There also is trend. Definitely trend is going towards photopolymer. I know myself personally, I tend to go for photopolymer. I can use cling, not a big deal, but I'm like either way, I'm good. I tend to find photopolymer a little bit easier for me to use. God help us if we have to use a wooden stamp set, right? If you gave me a wood mount stamp set right now to try to stamp with, I would be hard pressed to create something pretty cool. It is, I find them so difficult. And like that's what we were born and raised on, right? Is the wood mount stamp set. So, anyway, so that is a big change that's coming, and that will start to be phasing out here in our next release of online exclusives. That also means that we are going to change packaging, kind of trending away from the DVD cases and going to more of the plastic clear envelope sleeves like our dies come in now. So we will start seeing those phasing in as well as these starting to phase out. Okay. So these sleeves are going to be uniform in size. The main thing I'm really excited about is we will have our artwork on the dies. So your dies and your stamps will now come packaged very similar. And so I'm kind of thinking in my head, well, I love the dies and I could maybe package these together. I'm hopeful that we will have a change in size of our magnet sheets from Stampin' Storage that will fit down in here, because right at this time, I'm pretty sure they're a little bit too wide. And I love my Stampin' Storage magnet sheets for my dies. So, yeah, that's probably the biggest thing, Joanne, the old packaging this way. And I kind of said, these are on your shelf, right? And you can read the name and you can see the images. I think this is my plan is I'm going to use my storage crates. Well, let me just show you while we're on. Let's just have some real talk right now. Hold on. So here's my plan is I use these crates anyway. This is what my dies and folders are in right now, these big wooden craft crates. And so I kind of in my mind, I'm seeing that I would just have my new stamp and die packaging in here, and I will be able to do them alphabetically. Maybe I will create, A, B, C, that type of thing. And then as I do now when I'm trying to find my dies is I just flip through quickly. And that's kind of my thought is I'm going to free up a whole lot of space in my cupboard so that I can have more items stored there and utilize something very similar to this and just sort of be able to flip through. Kind of knowing that I'm not going to all of a sudden have hundreds of the new stamps at this time. I will start to slowly get a couple here and there. And so I don't think that would be too overwhelming to be able to quickly sort through them. So these are the wooden craft crates. Sorry, I'm rocking the boat. Wooden craft crates that I use. So my dies are in here. My embellishments are in here. My folders are in here, and so that's what I'm using now. So I'm kind of thinking that might be what I tend to do. But good news is we are continuing to keep the DVD cases. So if you want to transition your new photopolymers into DVDs, you could. Now that does mean you wouldn't have a spine here. You would probably have to create your own, but I kind of thought I know how tricky sometimes it is that I'm turning my head sideways and squinting just to read my tiny print and see what the stamps are. So I'm like, maybe it won't be that bad. But, it's all things that we will try and see what we like and stay tuned to what everybody starts to do as we transition to new style of organization and all that kind of stuff. I saw a bunch of people posting about the Dollar Tree have these bins like that. I like the tall. You would definitely want the tall to be able to put them in. I think these are like, I don't have the exact dimensions off the top of my head. One of you demonstrators might. 9-ish inches tall, 5-ish inches wide, I think. So somebody might have those. Another thing, a couple people, actually a lot of people are mentioning is scanning the front and creating a binder. So when you get your pack, just do a quick scan, create a picture, print that out, and then have this a binder, and you can alphabetically, and then you just have your binder on your shelf, pull your binder out, be able to flip through ABC, find the stamp set that you want, and you would be able to see. We're visual, right? We need to see this because I don't always know the name. Um, Okay, so moving on, not only do we have that is coming, we also have discontinued or are discontinuing the Stampin' Write markers. That's probably one of the biggest. Oh, Teresa, 9 by 5 and 5/8. Thank you. So 9 tall, 5 and 5/8 wide. So pretty decent size. Um, so Stampin' Write markers, they are on the last chance list. So they are going to be phased out and they are get them while you can. So if you need to get some Stampin' Write markers or you love the Stampin' Write markers, grab them because they are being discontinued. Okie dokie artichoke. So that's what we wanted to share today. I know that's not always the greatest news, but sometimes there's just not anything that you can control when there are sourcing issues and they can't get materials and that type of thing. And so, yeah, just a couple little changes. So we will get used to it and everything will be just fine. All righty. So let's do some stamping, shall we? We've got some friends on here. Let's get crack-a-lackin'. Okay, so I mentioned that I used the layered thoughts and created some sort of masculinish projects. Kind of always the little comment around my house when the farmer talks about masculine projects. He's like, masculine projects do not have ribbon and they do not have sparkles and gems and glitter and all that kind of stuff. Well, some of these are gonna. So let's go ahead and get started here. Make sure I've got everything that I need. So we're going to start off. Now, of course, when I do my free online classes, don't forget that this will be on my blog. So you can hop over to my blog and you can find all the sizes and dimensions. So if you want to create these cards, you absolutely can. So we've got a basic white for our card base. And then what I like to do is start off, we've got Night of Navy and we've got Mossy Meadow. So I like to start off, here's our project, with stamping first. That way, if I need to adjust my designer series paper, I can, because I might need to. If I stamp a little higher or a little lower, I can adjust. That's your card. You want to stamp on your cardstock here, lady. All right, so we're going to start off with the thinking, and then we'll come in here with our Night of Navy. Good morning, Joan. Glad to have you on with us. Oh, no, you wanted Night of Navy, you goof. That's what happens when you don't close your ink pads. Let me go grab a cleaner. Hold, please. Okay, so sorry about that. All right, try again. Uh-oh. Ooh, this one's got a booger on it. Let's try again with our Night of Navy. So this is a fun stamp set because it's got of you. So you could do happy birthday to you, thinking of you, thank you, and have a big and a small. So we're going to take our strip of Night of Navy. That's a go-to for you. Night of Navy is such a standard. Always a good one to have around. So Joan, what do you think in a secret C if you like the blues? I'm finding myself grabbing that one a lot. All right, so I'm going to have a little bit more blue showing on this one than I do on my original, but that's okay. Every card is different. So we're going to add that now to our Mossy Meadow. And then we can add that to our card base, and voila. This will be a very quick, easy peasy. These are all, I'm using the same exact layout. So a lot of times I think we get ourselves like a little bit worked up about having to create cards that are like over the top. And we don't. Sometimes it's just about using a layout and being able to make multiples of them and then getting them sent out. We've got a couple blue here on this piece here. So let's go ahead and use up these navy blue gems, shall we? Okay. So I did put some gems on. This one has some clear Gems. This one I use the blue. Yes, Joan, this is Barb Brimhall's. Yep, it was $1 million stamp set from my friend Barb. Love it. Okay, so there we go. One done. This is the one that got me all flustered for Valentine's Day. So this is going to be our Love You. Love you, miss you, mean it. All right, now this one I am going to go ahead and add our designer series paper. So we've got this piece that's kind of the pinky, but then I also have this. So here it is. Here it is with that side, but I kind of like that. So let's do it. Two sides, right? Two sides to these beautiful designer series papers. So let's use them while we've got them. Okay, so we've got a little bit of basic beige. Then we have our designer series paper. We're going to add that to our white. I'm running out of adhesive. It was a busy night last night. We had a full house here in person. It was wonderful. How many stamped with me yesterday? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 people at class yesterday. I love when my studio is full. It's a happy little place when the buzz of stampers are here. All right, a little cherry cobbler for our love. Looks like my cherry cobbler might need a little bit of juice. Now we're going to find our U. And I did that in black, just so it'll pop just a tiny little bit. Love you. Love you. So if you want to save this for Valentine's Day, you totally could, but it's okay to tell someone you love them every day, right? This maybe might go to one of my children's or both my children's, because I've got 2 cards here. So it's all right to send a love you card outside of Valentine's Day. All right, there we are. So now I've got a piece of the basic beige thread or ribbon, and I'm going to trim it down a little bit because I just need enough to tack around the back. This could be a just love you just because. Here we are. My kids are actually getting together this weekend, so that's super exciting. My daughter is flying down to Tennessee to visit my son. So I wish I could be there, but I got some bingo to play with my online friends. There we go. Slide this under here, slide to the left. Tie ourselves a knot. I did not do a bow. I don't really quite have enough ribbon to do that. And sometimes I don't want a bow because they get a little bit too thick. So snip and snip. Okay, then we've got some gems here. So we've got, these are the glittery gems. It looks like I have black. Yeah, let's do some black ones. Black gems. Black, silver, and gold. So any of them would work, and you could actually even do a mix and match of them if you wanted to. But there we go. Love you. Oh, don't they look totally different when you change that designer series paper? And they're just the opposite sides. How cool is that? So there's card number 2. We've got 4 today. All right, next up will be a birthday card because we always need lots of birthday cards. She's doing really good, Lori. She's becoming quite a little hellion. But yeah, she's really so very sweet and snuggly. And she and Brett get along very, very well. You're okay with the cling going away? I think that most people are kind of it's like a knee-jerk reaction, I think. Especially for those of us who have been around for so long. Like I'm going on 28 years. I think that I have been stamping with Stampin' Up. And it's like a knee jerk. Like it's what I've always known, it's what we've always had. But I think it was like a gut reaction when they got rid of wood. We were all like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? And now, like I said, it's so hard to go back and stamp with a wood stamp. And then photopolymer came, and we were all like, oh wow, this is really cool. We can see through it, and storage is better, and all this different stuff. So, it's just one of those things that, at least we know that we like photopolymer. We've been using photopolymer, and it's a good quality photopolymer, and we're still making them in the US. So let's just hope there's no problem sourcing the raw material for photopolymer. Then we might really get ourselves into some bind. Yeah. So, and too, at the end of the day, we need to Stampin' Up needs to do what they need to do to make sure that Stampin' Up continues. I mean, I love my job, I love my company, I love creating. So, they know the behind the scenes as to what the sales have been, and the sales of the markers has been steadily declining. I don't know when the last time I used a Stampin' Write marker. On some of mine are dried out because I have not used them in years upon years. So, um, Barb, you like photopolymer too? I know, and some of those wood ones, like, you've had them for so long and you have such a connection to them. So there's our happy birthday. We've got a strip of early espresso. We're going to add that to our card. I'm liking how you think, Joan. I like how you think, girl. More room for more stamps. Yep. I'm also one who has traditionally, since I started this as a business, I do yard sales every year. So I'm constantly moving out stamps. So I don't have huge collections like many of you do. I have literally one shelf of current stamps and one shelf of retired stamps that will go in my next sale. So I don't have years and years and years worth of stamps. So I know that that's very different for a lot of you guys. I didn't show you the sample. It's a very simple one, very simple. But sometimes it's okay. Like it's hard to do because we want to add like glitter, and we want to add pretty paper, and we want some gems and some ribbon and some, you know, doctor it all up with some pretties. But sometimes we're like, you know what? Just let the card do what the card's meant to do. And this card is meant to wish someone a happy birthday. All right, so I'm off a little bit. So all I need to do now is just trim that bottom up. Yes. Okay. So, and I know it seems like we've gotten a lot of changes, there's been a lot of changes that have happened in the last year or 2 years when we had the reward changeover, which I am in love with. I'm so happy when I get to tell my stampers, you're earning money on the stuff that you're buying. So don't forget every time, like on your in colors, you're saving 15% and getting rewards. So you're getting that money back. I'm really loving our new system. The close to my heart with the changeover. It's been a lot of change, new changes to our website, all of this, but change, it's just inevitable, isn't it, friends? Change is inevitable. Not always fun and not always easy, but always for the greater good. We just have to remember that. And a lot of times it just takes a minute to get used to different things. I kind of think about my farmer and the fact that the farm has been in his family for like over almost 150 years. And what would have happened if they never changed? Like some changes are brought on by you, and some changes are inevitable. Yes, ma'am. Lost Lagoon and early espresso. That's what we're using for this one. Happy birthday. Now, for this one, because it's Lost Lagoon, I'm going to put an inside in there. I'm going to have a white inside. None of these have anything inside because there really is nothing else with this stamp set but just the words. And so I can doctor this up with some designer series paper or something else, depending on who it's going to. But yeah, quick and cute cards, right? All of these could be easily birthdays. And that's what most people need. I think they need like kind of a little bit more dude birthday cards. Okay, our final card as we're rocking and rolling right through these projects. I told you they were easy. So we've got another bit of basic white. Bone folder, you're hiding. Basic white for our base. I was going to, let's see if I can put up my blog so that you guys can hop over there. Okay, there's my blog scrolling at the bottom. So you guys can hop over there and I will have, I got to run some errands today and probably later on this evening. I would say best practice, friends, check my blog the next day because I don't pre-blog. I don't put the information up a day ahead of time. So I will have the dimensions, pictures, that type of thing. So in case you want to create these at home, you can do that. So there is a quick thank you. Consensus was this was the favorite last night. This one remind the group of Dorothy, you know, with her little plaid skirt, Wizard of Oz, Dorothy. Know what I'm saying? All right, so we have got our thank you. Thank you for being a friend. All right, this looks a little dry. We might have to be doing some, I'm rocking the boat. Sorry about that. We might need to be doing some re-inking after I'm done chatting with you friends. Okay, where's my you? Hello, you. There we go. Clean that off a smidge. All righty. Thank you. Period. Okay, what's next? We're going to add our designer series paper. Oh, that might be cute. Yeah, let's flip it. Flip it and reverse it because we have this one. So let's use the one that has a little bit of orange in it. Orange. Aren't you glad I flipped this over? Okay, ta-da. I'm going to take this bit of linen thread and I'm going to cut it in half. So I have two pieces here. And we're just going to tack that around this side. A little trim here because that's longer than it should be. Okay, there we go. So it's okay, I think, to have linen thread. That sounds, it's like twine. That's a masculine, that's a masculine type of ribbon, twine. That's gonna work. But like I said, you can send these cards. They're very nice and generic. They'll work for anything. But it's just they're not real bright, flowery, glittery, ooh la la, you know? Okay, we're done. We kicked it. All right, show's over, friends. Everybody go home. All right. As I tell you, when we do a break like this, get that booger out of there. That is key. When you have your adhesive, there's always a little booger that builds up inside there. Get that out. That will be super helpful when you put your new one in. I'm going to have to buy some more adhesive. I think I'm running on the low side. All right, intermission, breaks over, back to work. Here we go. Okay, now let's get a little bit of twine here. Thank you guys. That seems way too small. That's scrap. We want a bigger piece. I don't want to have to work too hard to see it. So hopefully you forgive me if you came here looking for sunflowers. Please forgive. Still, it came into stock and went flying back out, which I'm going to take a moment. Hey, if you guys don't know this already, we have the new system is available to alert you when things are back in stock. Use it, you guys. Use it. It is so easy. So if you're looking for something when you're doing shopping and it comes up and says this item is out of stock, there will be a little bubble or a little box that comes up that you can put your email address in. Put your email address in, and as soon as the item is back in stock, you get an email that says, hey, girl, get your credit card out and let's go because it's back. And it doesn't technically say that, but in my head, that's what it says. So it's an alert. You don't have to keep stalking your item. You don't have to keep wondering and checking every day to see if it's back in stock. It will automatically alert you. And then you have a button you can click on and it'll run you to the store. And then just make sure that you change your demonstrator if you want to shop with me, or you might be shopping with yourself if you are a demo, or you might have a preferred demo, whatever. But just make sure that you put your name in to get that alert. It's a godsend. We've been asking for it for so long and it's finally here. So, like, just like that sunflower, it came in stock. I don't even know if it was in for a day before it sold out. And probably the reason it sold out so quickly is because everybody was getting their alerts and they quickly hopped online, shopped. Yep, Cindy said the same. Did you do the alert, Cindy? So that you got the alert that it said, girl, get your credit card. It's time. um, so yeah, I highly, highly encourage you guys to do that. You will not get any other messaging. Sometimes that's a concern is all of a sudden, are you going to now get all of this marketing from Stampin' Up? No, you're just going to get that alert that says it is in stock. Your prayers have been answered. It's time to ride. All right, we've got some cute little silver pearls here. So we're going to use those because I just had to add some bling, just had to. It's a rule. Okay, so there is our thank you card. So we did a thank you, a happy birthday, lava you, and thinking of you. Isn't that cute? Oh, you were just lucky. Well, sometimes that works too. How about it? Because you have a sunflower and Sandy got the alert and shopped immediately. Yeah, it's a blessing. It's such a blessing. So make sure that you guys do that. I do it as well. When I know a customer is looking for something, I will try to get the alert as well. Lori used the alert for the prairie grass. Yeah. Good thing you used the alert for prairie grass because we will be stamping with that here shortly in September. All right, my friends. So there we go. There is our quick and easy layered thoughts, kind of masculine-ish. And then really quick, I am going to do a shameless plug for my winter retreat. This is an in-person. So if any of you all are local to me or you feel like coming and doing a little girls weekend away, I'd love to have you come visit. So this is an in-person retreat, October 24th through 26th with my friend Connie Heisey. Rhodes Grove Camp in Chambersburg, PA, but we have to-go kits. We're going to be using the Modern Christmas. Do you guys want a sneak peek? If you haven't left yet, do you want a sneak peek of the Modern, I think it's called Modern Christmas. Let me know if you want to see, because it just arrived. I have not opened it yet, but we could at least look at a couple things. So if we want to do a sneak peek, let me know. But this retreat will be, like I said, to-go kits. So you're going to get almost everything the in-person people get, except you don't have the free crafting time or the food. I can't send you the food. But we have such a good time, such a good time. And it's a great time we also have Saturday only. So if you want to just come and do a Saturday only, you can, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., but there are meals provided. There are snacks, coffee, water. We have bingo. We have a huge sale table. We bring some of our products so that you don't have to haul everything. Make and takes for sure. Lots of swag in your bags. Did I say door prizes, prize patrols? What else? It's been a while since we have met. It's been since the spring. Oh, yes. You want sneak peeks? Okie doke. Coming right up. Oh, this is not what you asked for, but I'm going to show it to you anyway because you can't go anywhere. This is one of the new kits. Just came out. This is the garland. Harvest Home Garland. It just arrived. So the garland, I think, is like five or 5.5 feet long. Okay, so you got your garland. There are your cute little pine cones. Look at those guys. And then tons of leaves and very textured. So we've got these leaves. We've got some that are foil leaves and they're already die cut. So all you have to do is just pop them out. I'll be making this at some point. I do believe it involves a glue gun. I haven't looked too deeply, but I do believe. Oh my God. God, Lord, look at all the leaves. All right. Tons. Different shapes, different. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. It's like a clown car. It won't stop. All right. So there's some more sparkly ones. There's some green ones. Got some pinky ones. It is literally like I feel like I'm pulling one of those handkerchiefs out. Like it just won't stop. This kind of looks like a light green, almost like sea foam. Thank God these are all pop out. I don't have to do all the die cutting. Oh, for Pete's sake. Oh, looky here. Look at here. Look at here. There's some colored ones there. Okay. I think we got there. That is all the leaves that you'll need. That is a lot of leaves. Get your rake ready. How about it? Holy guacamole. But if you're making a 6-foot garland, yeah, you're going to need a ton of leaves. So let's see. Does it say? Oh, yeah, there's our instructions here. Yeah, glue gun, y'all. Get your glue guns out, your glue gun and your band-aids, because you're going to end up having no fingerprints. So you can make your garland, burn your fingertips off, and then go rob a bank because you won't leave any fingerprints. Okay, so stay tuned. I'm hoping to get that done at some point. That was a sidebar. Okay, I think this is everything. Ornamental Christmas, right? Yeah, and ornamental Christmas dies. Okay, I just got these, so you guys are the first to see. Yep, glue gun and band-aids. You aren't kidding, Lori. All right, so these are how the new dyes will, or the new dyes, not the new dyes, the new photopolymer kind of in, like imagine this plastic sleeve with the tuck in. I think it actually tucks in that way. So here's the dies. Ooh. Okay, so we've got dies and we've got, oh, get it while you can. It's the red rubber. There you go. So there is our Stampin' Die set. I think it's Ornamental Christmas. I think it might be called maybe Modern Christmas Suite. Not 100%. Then we have this gorgeous linen thread, which is got the gold in it. Okay, so super pretty. Then we've got some bracelets or earrings. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 of them. So, oh, yes. What do you think, friends? You can have bracelets, not earrings because they aren't open. But yeah, these hoops. So these would make these would do special magic tricks. So like they're hooked together. Oh my gosh, they're hooked together. Ta-da! Oh, they're back together. No, they're not. All right, so you can do magic tricks with them. You can wear them and show off some charms and some bling. Or how about you make ornaments out of them? Pretty cool. Make some ornaments out of those, but let's check out this paper. That's what we're all about, right? Is there bling for this one? I have a big box of stuff and I'm not sure. Do we have bling? I don't have a catalog near me. I don't know. Okay, so this is the theme for this. This is what I'm getting at. This is the theme for this. Registration open now. If you want more details, just comment retreat. I will get you information. It has been sent out via email. It's in my special Pampered Stamper Facebook group, my retreat group. It's been on my social media, but like I said, we have the full weekend. You can stay at camp with us. You can commute from the hotel of your choice or from home. You can join us for Saturday only, or you can get a to-go kit, like so much. So much. And I try not to have extra to-go kits. Every now and then I do, but I try not to have extra. All right, let's look at this. Let's look at it, Linda. Oh my. Okay, this is probably going to glare the hell out of it. All right, so we're going to turn that light off. Oh, black and white and gold. Yum. There's one that's going to make your eyeballs spin. Polka dots. Ah, love it. Squiggles. That's somebody who's having a bad heart attack. All right. Oh, there's another one to make your eyeballs funky. This has little gold. I turned the light off because I don't want. Okay, Carol, I'll send you some to-go information. Absolutely. That has some gold in it. It's hard to see. I didn't want it to be glaring too hard on your eyes. Ooh. Oh, look at that, fa la la. So normally it is a suite. We just kind of look at, that's a good question, Lori. We just kind of look at the catalog and something that is a suite so that we know that we've got gems, we've got ribbon, we've got paper to be able to work with and then theme it around here. Of course, as soon as I saw this, I was like, that's it. Black, gold, black, white, and gold. I'm a sucker for black and white for sure. And always our October retreat is going to be a holiday theme retreat. We've done one, we did one with the gnomes one year, gnome for the holidays. That was probably my favorite retreat that we did. Have we done a Valentine or a red white? We did one that was kind of a camping type thing, like a glamping. So yeah, it's fun to plan that. Got that one on the other side. Here's one with the trees. And then that. Ooh, okay. So there is, what is your name, please? Modern Christmas. There's where I got it. This is the Modern Christmas Designer Series paper. And then that's the suite. So that will be our theme because see how I did that? Yes, coordination. And you will get a lot of the products. So you'll probably, we haven't figured that out yet, but I'm going to say you're probably going to get the gems or the ribbon, the paper. Yeah, you'll get like a big swag bag of goodies that you'll be able to use on your projects. And then of course we'll do a video and a tutorial if we need to, or a tutorial and a video if we need to, if you're a to-go person. Your name gets put in for the prizes, all that good stuff. So information will come. So if you want retreat information, just comment retreat and I will hit you guys up. Okay, friends, I need to go run some errands. I have to go to the bank and I have to go to the post office, grocery store, the fun stuff. She says with sarcasm, even though she'd rather be home stamping. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. It's always a pleasure. And I will see you next week. So next week, I know I talked about sunflowers. I'm going to hold sunflowers off until that sucker's back in stock. It looks like September 1st. That's what it looks like. I've kind of seen that it's due back in. So there's another shipment definitely coming. And but I think we're going to do some fall next week. I have some idea with the artistic leaves. So join me, free online class next Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. All right, my friends. Yes, I will see some of you guys on Saturday at bingo. All right, everyone. Have a great week. See ya. Bye bye.